This all started here from a poor giveaway from Barnes, and Morgan Andrews unable to stay over top of it, but defensively, is that kind of something that the Breakers are looking for, that turnover in the defensive half of the team they're playing against, just waiting for that sloppy ball and then trying to spring a counter?
Yeah, they started the season with Salem as the lone defensive midfielder. When Rose Lavelle went down and they had to shuffle their lineup, they're basically using two with Andrews and Salem. So they're looking for turnovers central and then try to get to the feet of Dowie and play off of her.
In the meantime, though, Seattle has switched all the way to the right side, and Stott chips a ball in behind the back line of Boston to no one, but that's how quickly Seattle can get after you. They go from the left, 2 passes into the middle, and they're out the right side attacking. Abby Smith gets that one away, but it's not farther than Kawasumi, and Kawasumi with a goal! What a strike from Naho Kawasumi. Seattle Reign take the lead.
Jordan, we said in the pregame, how does Seattle lead the team in goals when they don't have a high volume goal scoring forward? They have players like Naho Kawasumi. 6 assists, but she can also score a goal. She peeks at Abby Smith. There was nothing lucky about that. She took advantage of the goalkeeper's mistake, settled it. Wonderful technique. So many skill masters in this Seattle Reign team. And that's why they lose a player like Kim Little. And offensively, really haven't missed a beat.
Kawasumi's 4th goal of the season. It all happened with Megan Rapinoe pressuring Abby Smith, and Abby Smith watched the game Seattle versus North Carolina last week, saw Megan Rapinoe take the ball off of the goalkeeper, so probably trying to deny that. She pops the ball up, and Kawasumi says, "Thank you very much." Drops that one in the upper 90. It's a beautiful goal. And an pretty early goal for Seattle, a team that is hard to beat at home, and they show you why. Here, Frisbee sending the ball into the box. Pickett glancing it wide, but a good response early from the Breakers. Rapinoe stands on the ball, earns the free kick as Purse makes her presence known coming into the game. She starts it quickly. Gets the ball straight back, and here's Megan Rapinoe. There's that space on this near side that we were just talking about as Pickett and Rapinoe look to connect again. And the Breakers will make their 2nd sub of the game as Brooke Elby will come in for Kristen Westfall.
Another opportunity for Elby, just her 7th game this season, but in a big role on the road.
The ball comes across, and Smith able to grab it. She plays quickly and right to Leon. Leon, in the last few minutes, has really started a couple counterattacks for the Breakers, but not right now, as McNabb just does everything she can to come through the ball. There's Purse. She takes her space, shows her pace and her power. It's still Purse. A deflection nearly beat Kottmeyer. She was dead in her tracks, but it just goes wide.
There's only a handful of players in this league that can make a run like Purse just did, turning in her own half, running past a few. Had a good look at goal, took a deflection, but this is why she was a 1st-round pick out of Harvard this year.
She dribbles here, her head's up the entire time. She's waiting and waiting for a defender to come and pressure her. When she sees that, she takes a shot at goal and it gets deflected, and here we are. The Breakers earning a corner kick. It'll be Rosie White to restart it. Ball into the 6. Cleared away by Rapinoe. Kept alive. Here's Julie King. The ball through to Dowie, but she's offside. Maybe not the player you would have expected on playing that through ball. Julie King stays up. Tries to get her assist on. Here's Pickett. Finds Yanez, her first touches of the game. She shifts it wide. The back heel nearly found Yanez, and those two have played together for a long time. They know how each other like to play. Seemed like they were on a different page than everybody else, but well read by Boston. Naren with a good ball into Kawasumi. What a little touch by Abby Smith to stop the shot at Kawasumi.
Spectacular. She stayed on her feet. If you go to ground, really only bad things can happen. So great job. Stay big. Hopefully good things happen, which it did.
Andrews strong in midfield. This Frisbee pulls up. That did not look good. Frisbee stopped dead in her tracks.
Oh no, a non-contact injury.
Looks like maybe just a calf cramp here. And here Frisbee starts to run away, and that's where she just pulls up. That can happen traveling from Boston to Seattle. Of course, the Breakers get there a little bit early to try to acclimate to the time change, to the long travel. But dehydration and just playing on this field can be tough. But here's that save. Naren places this ball into Kawasumi, but how about this?
Wonderful from Smith.
Was it a kneecap? It looked like it was a leg of some sort, maybe. Whatever it was, Smith made the save. And like you said, coming up big, staying upright.
It's so easy as the goalkeeper to want to be the hero. Dive, show off your athleticism, go into a big save. You might make a great save, but you might get sent off and a penalty. It takes some experience, it takes some trust to stay on your feet, hope you make a play. If they score a goal, hopefully your team finds an equalizer in the last 15 minutes. I think as the goalkeepers get older, they understand they don't have to make every save.
Here, Purse beating Pickett to the ball. The Breakers having to adjust a little bit as Frisbee is still off the field dealing with those cramps on the far side. No, the Breakers just subbed their outside back on the other side. So can they adjust here as the ball gets sent into the box by Naho Kawasumi?
Well, I'm very interested in the positioning of Mitch Purse the rest of the game. I've been impressed early coming on. This is a big assignment for her. We know she scored a boatload of goals at Harvard. She's in the U.S. U23s, but she's being asked to play in a wide midfield, and she has to tuck in a lot. When the ball's on that far side, she tucks in centrally. She has defensive responsibilities in this game that are very critical.
Here's Elston with a right-footed shot. It gets deflected. Smith scurries to keep it away from the goal. You talk about being impressed by Purse, but also impressed by Elston coming in the last few games, really making a presence for herself, a name for herself in a midfield for Seattle, who is filled with quality veterans.
Yeah, she was at Houston Dash a few years ago, went to Europe, and now really has thrived under Laura Harvey.
Naren's ball near post again. Seattle adamant on that near post ball tonight. Utsugi keeps it. Naren goes short to Elston. Looks for the little chip ball over the top, but Smith had it covered. "14 minutes left in this one. All the scoring happened in about 10 minutes in the first half. Naho Kawasumi took advantage of a misplay by Abby Smith and put Seattle up 1-0 in the 32nd minute. Just 11 minutes later, A perfect cross by Westfall and the Boston Breakers. Finds Adriana Leon at the far post. She buries it. We go into halftime 1-1. The second half has been a lot of back and forth. Both teams, similar to the first half, both teams having opportunities, just no one able to put another one in the back of the net.
For Seattle, we've seen more of their play out of the back, especially right here. Barnes distributing from that left flank.
Here's Rapinoe and Pickett. Nice little 1-2. Rapinoe trying to pull a Maradona there on the end line, but Elby wasn't having it.
Good work from Elby. She's been ready to go since coming on.
And you talked about it early, the work of the attackers in this front three for Seattle Reign. They try to wear the defense down, and then Katie Johnson comes in for the goal scorer, Naho Kawasumi. Johnson comes in, she has 2 goals on the season. She has an assist, but this rookie from USC has been pretty dynamic in the way she plays so far this season.
Very comfortable with the ball at her feet. I think players like Elston and others, Matthias as well, when you play around with a technical team and teammates in practice every day, you become a better player. You try more things, you become more composed. And Johnson's in her first season and she looks ready to be a Reign player.
Purse winning the ball back again. She finds herself in a pocket. Here's Dowie dishing it wide. Elby to White. White to Salem. Still Salem. It's tight in there. Can the Breakers get through? No, they can't. How many passes can you have in a 5-yard radius without a shot? I think the Breakers just won that stat.
Yeah, you might say they overpassed, but I liked what I saw from that. So many players trying something. Players like Brooke Elby pulling it back.
And Salem there trying something new too, as she only has 1 goal for her long 9-year career as a pro. And Natasha Dowie will come out, putting in a good shift. About 80 minutes for her as Katie Stengel, the newcomer for the Boston Breakers. Been with the team for 3 games now. This will be her 2nd appearance. She was picked up on waivers from the Spirit on June 30th. Stengel, a player that Coach Matt Beard talked about her performance this week in training.
Yeah, he likes what he's seen from her. It's going to be a progression as she builds to full fitness. Wants someone to push Dowie a bit. Dowie, most of her career in Boston, has been a 90-minute player. Now we can ask her to give maybe 70, 75 minutes. And this might allow Hurst to push forward more in this final 10 minutes.
Frisbee giving the ball away there, and now King with some acrobatics to keep the ball off of her back line. Elston switches it to Yanez and looks for the oncoming Katie Johnson, but can't connect. Talk about Seattle Reign, and it's a team who doesn't have an outright striker, but Boston Breakers does. Natasha Dowie is a goal scorer, but the thing that Matt Beard likes is she needs to be pushed, right? She has 3 goals on the season. You need more production, and maybe sometimes competition is the perfect way to do that.
Yeah, it's difficult because without Rose Lavelle and some other absences, this Boston team has really changed tactically. Dowie was really fed the service for some time and really benefited from the system. But with Rose Lavelle out, she's asked to do different things, drop deeper, get wide, not really be the focal point of the attack in terms of goal scoring. So it's tough for her. She's scored goals her entire life.
Dowie's still making a big impact in everything she does. She holds the ball up so well for the Breakers. Katie Stengel provide the same thing, but right now it's Megan Rapinoe sizing up Frisbee. She cuts it inside, has 5 Boston Breakers players around her. Frisbee again slow to get up. Here's Stott and Rapinoe. Rapinoe ball into the box, and it's Yanez. A huge collision. All 3 players going up for the ball. All 3 players hitting each other, and the Breakers got the worst of it there.